Hi, welcome back to another episode of Your Money Mindset, guiding you to achieve lasting financial freedom and peace of mind. I'm John McGregor. All right, let's get into it. This is an extremely important episode because I want to expose to you how my clients and the people I work with became rich and hence financially free. And I'm assuming you want the same as well. But before we do that, don't forget, hit that bell below and subscribe. All right, let's do it. You know, you see so often, social media, podcasts, YouTube videos, books, articles, you name it, what it takes to become a millionaire. Everyone wants to know the secret sauce of what it takes to become rich. And that's precisely what this episode is all about. How you can build a substantial net worth and never have to worry about money again. But first, I want to tell you about a gentleman by the name of Ronald James Reed. Mr. Reed was the first in his family to graduate from high school. He served the country in World War II, where he fought in North Africa and Italy and the Pacific, before returning to Vermont, where he worked for 25 years as a gas station attendant. Following that job, he worked as a janitor at a local JCPenney until 1997. Prior to that, he married the love of his life and adopted her 2 children. Yet despite his income and the challenges he faced, Mr. Reed quietly built a nest egg that would be the envy of anyone, and no one had a clue. Mr. Reed took his savings and invested in blue chip, dividend-paying stocks on a consistent basis and just let them ride. He lived the way he wanted to. Very simple, he enjoyed collecting stamps, chopping wood, and dining daily at his local Friendly's restaurant. And at the age of 92, Mr. Reed passed away. And with the power of patience and compounding, he died with an estate worth $8 million. That's right, $8 million. Upon his death, approximately $5 million went to a hospital, another $1 million went to a library, and the remainder went to his family. And remember, he did that first as a gas station attendant and then as a janitor. I mean, I just love that story because it shows how anyone can do the same. What I'm going to reveal to you today is how my clients I work with grew their wealth to the point where they were living on their own terms, not on somebody else's. Many of them had already achieved wealth and prosperity before they came to me, but many of them had nothing in the beginning, but were able to, over time, build a substantial net worth. But in either case, this is the secret sauce, the common denominator I've witnessed firsthand of all my wealthy clients and what they did to achieve financial freedom and what you can do as well. And I will tell you, it is not complicated. And if I look back over the many years of working with thousands of individuals, the key difference between those who grew their wealth and were able to be financially self-sufficient and those that continued to struggle living paycheck to paycheck and never emerging from the rat race. When you boil the difference down, it all came down to one thing, and that was mindset. In almost all cases, it had nothing to do with how much money they made, their education, or what their title was at work. It was all about how they prioritized their life relative to their future goals. The wealthy individuals that I knew, that I worked with, had a completely different mindset than those that struggled. And when I say mindset, what I mean is the wealthy always lived for the future. They were always thinking about their financial future. They were dead set and laser focused on how their current behaviors and financial decisions would impact their future. As opposed to those that I witnessed who struggled repeatedly throughout the years, those people always lived for the moment. They lived for today and never thought about their future. Those people who struggled were always concerned about how they appeared to others. And we now see how they appear on social media. Whereas the wealthy, they could care less about what other people thought. They're not trying to impress anyone. They are laser focused on the end goal, which is financial freedom. They don't feel they are sacrificing gratification. In fact, they feel they are delaying gratification for the future. Gratification when they really want it, when they really need it, and frankly, when they really deserve it. All of these people that I knew firsthand when they started out lived a very unassuming life. They drove older cars. They didn't wear the high-end clothing. They lived in modest places. They did not have the latest cell phones. They didn't wear Gucci or Rolex. And they didn't have the biggest flat screen TV either. They had an older computer. They didn't drink fancy wine or go to the most expensive restaurants. They loved a Big Mac at times from McDonald's. They shopped at Walmart and Costco, and still do. They don't have thousands of dollars of tattoos all over their body. And they didn't buy that purebred glamour dog to impress other people on social media. In fact, most of these people, from memory, they love dogs, but most had rescue dogs they got from a pound. They have a nice car, but it's not going to turn heads. They go to vacations, but they're affordable, and they're not meant to impress others on Facebook. And Christmas is about the family, not the gifts. They didn't care what their life or what their neighbors thought, what their friends thought, what their colleagues at work thought, because they were dead set on the end prize at the end of the day. And that was financial freedom in the future. Because the future is where their mind was always. That was the mindset difference of my millionaire clients versus those that continue to struggle, period. And those that did that, and how they did that from a tactical standpoint, was very simple. Number one, they budgeted, and they kept track of every dollar they spent. They paid off their credit card bills every single month and were very conscious not to spend more money than they made. Number three, they lived less on what they made. Number four, they were diligent in putting money away for their future on a consistent basis. And number five, they were all very generous. They're all very generous with not only their money, but their time as well. And when I look back and I visualize these individuals that have tremendous financial success, it was all mindset, period. Focused on their future. You never heard them say things like, you only live once, or live for the moment, or it's just another $50 on my credit card. What's that going to make a difference? Or I have to dress the part. None of those self-destructive beliefs ever entered their vocabulary. They wanted an amazing outcome in the end, and they did what it took, and it was their priority. And that's exactly what you can do as well. So going forward, assuming financial freedom is a huge priority in your life, and I hope it is, I want you to really think hard about your spending habits and the income earning potential and what you are doing on a daily basis to ensure a successful and abundant financial future. Take some time and reflect on this. It's vitally important to your future well-being. The system has changed, and you can no longer rely on others to take care of you and your family. It's on you to make that happen. Well, I hope that made you think a little bit about your own life. As I always say, it's never, ever too late to start your journey to financial freedom and peace of mind. The greatest power you have is the power to choose. And your financial future is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. It's your choice. And it's not something to be waited for. It's something to go out and get. And you have the power to get it right now. Don't forget, I've got a ton of free resources on my website that you can download immediately to start your journey today to transform your financial life forever. And I'm super excited to announce my online financial transformation course that is designed to not only transform your financial life, but it's designed to transform your entire life. I guide you through a proven 5-element process that gets to the core of why you are struggling and how to eliminate financial stress and anxiety once and for all. I would encourage you to hit the link and learn more. It's unlike any other financial program you've seen. Click the link below and you'll get to my page. And leave a comment. Love to hear from you. All right, I'm off on my run. Another beautiful day here. With that, we'll see you next time. Upward and onward. Take care.